Alright, hey, welcome to my first video ever. My name is Pro3, and I am a Master MMR Probius main from the North America server. Really excited just to show you a variety of different Probius gameplay, particularly those tough matchups where a lot of guides say he's a situational hero, good at pushing alone. And while, yeah, he's good at pushing alone, I think he is very underrated. And that with enough practice and strategy, I really think that you can surprise yourself with the amount of one-on-ones you can do with the hero. So just not as many one-on-ones this game, given Abathur's help, but know that one of my goals will be moving forward to show you all some really hard matchups, or notoriously hard matchups that guys warn you about, like Zeratul and Genji, and how I deal with them, often with a lot of success. But anyways, we're jumping right in this now. My whole team is bought. Blue team's saying, okay, let's go invade their camp area and see what's going on there. Myself, I know that I have to play defensive for a while, mostly because of Abathur. And while I'm not really scared of Gazlo at all, knowing that he doesn't have a whole lot of burst as long as I don't get caught by his lasers, and as long as I respect his turrets, which is another big point, I should be okay. That just kind of comes down to, I know, as a fellow turret lover, I know how much damage they can do over time, so I want to make sure that I kill them as soon as I can. I really prioritize them. So that's my strategy with Gazlo, and generally I don't have trouble. I see that this camp's gone quite low, and overall I'm not too worried about this Phoenix. I know I'm low, but if he decides to teleport, he's going to die and I'll die. So I was hoping he wouldn't, and he didn't. And fortunately we were able to get a camp nice and early, and at this point I kind of see where my teammates are going, yeah. But generally my plan is to stay top, but I'll often go wherever there's less teammates. But kind of play it by ear here. Right now I'm seeing Kuira's in trouble. Wish I helped her a little more, drop some pylons in front of her, but honestly I don't know if I could have saved her. But I'll often reflect to see if there's something I could have done, looking at game content after and seeing, but nonetheless I feel bad for her. She was doing a great job. But at this point I decide, okay, there's 4 enemy team members top, and let's take advantage of this opportunity while they're distracted and push bot hard. And there I just realized, okay, Abathur's here, he seems to really like his mines. So let's be careful, let's clear them out as we go. So often I will just predict where they are, but I can't take too much of the credit, because when I put a turret right next to a pylon, it actually reveals any hidden things in the area, which is very helpful for whether it be Nova, Zeratul, or mines. So at this point I'm pushing hard. I notice a lot of the team members are still top, so I'm in good shape, respecting Abathur's hat, healing up as much as I can, and then just trying my best to push. At this point I don't see that Gazlo's taken the area. Of course I really want to secure this beacon. Excuse me, so I'm going to go and try my best to knock him off. Knowing that Probius, I do a great job at being able to secure areas with my warp rifts. I was able to clear out a lot of Abathur's mines in just one rift, very efficient. Something I noticed that this Gazlo could have done a lot better in this game is spacing out his turrets more. I think he tried there, but it just wasn't enough, and they were going to be going down. So that's what I'd recommend for any kind of Gazlo, or Gazlo, however you pronounce it, players. If you're playing against Probius or Kalphus or someone with AoE, try your best to space them out. It'll really make it a lot more annoying. And also try not to put them directly with a minion wave. Try to put them off to the side, so that you force your opponent to decide, do I want to blow my abilities to get this turn out? Versus if you put them right next to the minions and they have AoE, they can, of course they'll go for it, because they can go for everything at once. So that's something to think about. At this point, I decide, okay, let's just keep pushing. No reason can't. I didn't see that Abathur, though, catch the beacon. That was very sneaky of him. But overall, I'm happy my team top seems to be on the offensive here. And at this point, I'm seeing my beacon progress. Really happy it's going up so high. And now I'm realizing, okay, I don't want to give them a chance to get their beacon stronger. So I basically say, okay, I think it's worth potentially suiciding here if needed. That's what I'm prepared to do if my team can secure it. which they did. My plan is then I want to make sure I get this back as soon as I can. So I'm trying my best to duel this Gazlo, get him out of the area, knowing that I want to secure that turret for my team, secure that beacon for my team as soon as I can. So I'm running back up, going for it, trying to go for the secure here. Dropping down those warp rifts, seeing what I can do. And now I'm just going to defend this with my life, knowing that if I stand on it and another enemy team is on it, if I have control, it will often actually, from my experience, it'll actually still give you that energy or power, whatever, from the Zerg bar filling. So to double check that, but I'm pretty sure that's last time I checked. That's kind of how it works in this map, unlike some other maps where you'll just kind of stop progress. But so for me, I thought that death was worth it. I just was concerned he was going to be able to stop the Zerg rush, and didn't want to give him a chance of getting more powerful. The hope here was assuming that my team would be able to really have an easy job time then clearing top, and there'd be minimal pressure bot lane, which I think ultimately I don't regret my decision here. Our tower still has all health, and I think we're in good shape so far. XP wise, we're also doing well on that race to level 10. So yeah, overall things are going pretty smoothly. Let's see what I do here now. Let's see if I remember these mines. Okay, just always assuming there's mines. That's kind of my strategy here. Great. If you haven't noticed too, my favorite talent is the level 7 turret defense, so tower defense talent. To me, it's my absolute favorite way to play Probius. I've played others, and there's sometimes I will do it, and I can talk more about that. But I think it's just so consistent, being able to just drop your turrets down, poke with Q, and really poking with the goal of hitting as many heroes, getting as many turrets down as you can, placing them strategically, and just avoiding their enemy skill shots. If that happens, you really can't go too wrong. You're going to accumulate a massive amount of damage, and if you're really careful and focus on your mobility and not auto-attacking and just staying alive, you can do really well. So at this point I decided I'm going up, because my whole team is bot, and I'm pretty confident that they can force something on that turret now. Also, I was excited by the fact that we were closer to level 10 than they were. So I figured, okay, let's try to push this as soon as I can. Unfortunately, it didn't actually matter, because we hit level 10 right after 2 of my teammates died. So I felt bad about that. I'm like, oh man, let's see how long they can defend this turret. Happy that we had Asmodan, who's also just terrific at defending forts. But at that point I knew, okay, they're going to want that fort, but this is their golden opportunity. So let's punish them for it. Maybe tunnel visioning down there, and let's try to take their top keep. Get as close as we can, taking it out. So that's my mindset now. My mindset is push, push, push. This is my favorite kind of Probius. I love being offensive with him, and I feel like Probius is great at defense, but offense is so exciting, especially when you can kind of predict which enemies are going to want to think they're easy kills and just come to you, realizing they have to either retreat or they're going to die, most likely. So at this point, I'm on a roll. I still see most of their teammates are down there, but now that my team is on the offensive, I can see my actual movements up top being more of a distraction. Know someone's coming soon. Just seeing how much more poke I can do. Fortunately, they really have no one with high mobility on their team, besides like a Phoenix teleport right into your face. But fortunately, Phoenix has been so distracted with larger team fights that he has been not an issue for me in this game. I think I mentioned it earlier. The hardest matchups for me are, I'd say, Zeratul. Just because I have to play perfectly to win any kind of one-on-one. Even then, it's more so I can get him low, and I'll still probably die. But nonetheless, there's strategies to win games against him that I'm excited to be able to share. At this point, I just really wanted to keep this beacon, and I used my pylon overcharge just as a way to say, hey, back off. And that gives me time to reset, get some more turrets down, and secure the area a bit better. At this point, I would have had it secured. Abathur knew that, so he cloned Gazlo, and at this point I knew I had to respect his clone. There was no way I could do it both of them safely. Excuse me. So, luckily enough, QIR came and really helped just clear the way, get that clone out of the way. So I figured, okay, we're in great shape now. We're going to secure this. At that point, I figured, okay, well, let's go back to the day job. Let's push a little bit, um, and then trying my best to get back to her to help. But unfortunately, I was too slow. Once again, I don't want to say I let her die, but maybe there was something I could have done to help her. But fortunately, she didn't seem to get tilted by that. So I just try my best to keep defending. Leoric has done a good job of just trying to keep them at bay. I knew, okay, I'm going to take guaranteed damage from this, and I have no health. Let's just retreat a little bit, see if that wall can protect me. Didn't look like it did, but I was curious. And at that point, we figured, okay, this area is secure. Back to the day job, back to doing some pushing. Really wanting to get that top keep, knowing that it'll just really drastically help our siege. And I think it would also just decrease morale, which is always a nice thing. I always want to make the enemy team feel like they're just being constantly pressured by me, that they can't breathe, that they have to make big choices, that they let me take their base, or they maybe ignore me and maybe win a team fight. But there's some trade-offs, of course, because if I completely ignore team fights, well, I run the risk of the enemy team still just storming my base while I'm on the offensive and myself losing. Right there, I walk right into a mine. I learned my lesson, so I queue randomly, making sure I can... Once again, that was a little more of a sneaky mine. Couldn't really predict that one. So I dropped the pylon and shield, just in case, pylon and turret, just in case there are more. And at this point, well, one could say, why am I focused on now this such weak Zergling rush? I've had experiences where we've lost games just from ignoring, let's say, 30% Zergling rush with the tower, with our final keep with full health, when we had 100%. They had no keeps, so we just tried our best to push, or maybe they had one keep, and we'd lose the game because there was not one person then guarding. And they were able to stall enough for that. So I learned my lesson there. Right now I see the whole enemy team is bot, the whole Zergling rush is there, so I can really push uninhibitedly. Abither's trying his best to slow me down, but at this point I'm not worried about him. And once again, I mentioned there's no one-time ability, so I'm able to play a lot more solo than I would in other games. But when those games emerge, we'll talk you through it as well and come up with a strategy for it that I have done with often a lot of success. At this point, I'm continuing to push. I know if I can break the shield, it's another morale shatterer. But fortunately, I wasn't able to get. I see, get Gaisla coming back, Abither wanting to further defend, make sure I'm out of the area. I respect that. I back off a bit. I check that bush again. Don't want to get hit by mine. And now I'm just staying in the area. I'm wanting to be more helpful for my team, realizing that it's going to take some degree of team fight probably to end this. Really upset with myself that I got caught there. But that was a beautiful Zarya ult, so gotta give her credit. Somehow I lived. I think the enemy team assumed that I was getting Rhaegar ulted and getting that heal. But so yeah, I think I should have definitely died there, and I just got lucky. But hey, I'm gonna take advantage of it now. So I want to respect this camp. I'm gonna kill it right away and then get back to business. At this point, I'm feeling really well. They're one of their main siege damage dealers, Phoenix, is dead. Now we can kind of just systematically just rush into the core and hopefully win. So we'll see how this goes. We're applying a lot of pressure. I'm really happy with this game that I have not really let up pressure, and fortunately I was not punished for it. I think I've only died once, I think, in this game, maybe twice, which I'll happily take. My goal in games is not. I'm happy to die ultimately if I can do enough damage in the process or accomplish certain goals. But yeah, overall though, this game worked out really well. It was one of the more kind of simple games, but I thought why not start off with a short and sweet game before introducing more tough matchups or longer games. If you watched this far in the video, thank you so much. My very first one. I plan to upload a few each week and maybe increase the volume over time. But yeah, in light of the performance of this video and the 7 likes, that's the goal, to get those 7 likes. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. If you have any requests or videos, please let me know. Bye.